Hello, my darlings, and today I'm very excited because I'm going to share with you about the win-win when we balance the spiritual and material abundance. So, what I'm seeing is that many heart-centered spiritual entrepreneurs have in the past shunned this material wealth because they haven't understood how to embrace it as part of their calling. And I also did that years and years ago, probably 15 years ago, until I really got this. What is really important to know is that money is neutral. It is loyal. If you look, no matter how you feel about money, you've got clothes on your back, a roof over your head, food on the table. No matter how you feel with money, about money, money always actually wants to show up in your life. It is loving, and actually it's honoring, and it's required for us to fulfill our divine purpose and calling. And never has it been more important, because us light workers, change makers, spiritual, heart-centered entrepreneurs are being called up. And it's also what I see is that when you do this for yourself, do for yourself first, so that then you can do this for others. It's like a snowball effect. I see so much when clients first start to work with me. That first transformation actually takes place when they make that transaction. They're saying, oh my God, you're not going to believe, but I got a client out of the blue. Oh my God, I'm after having an incredible idea and we haven't even actually started working yet. Or I've already got my transformation. I've got what I need to do by just making that transaction. And this is about the subtle energy of money. There is something subtle and so powerful when we enter into the sacred energy exchange of money. Yes, sacred. It's understandable where the belief and relationship with money, and power can come in a, we can take on as a negative way, but actually there is a positive when we understand the power of and sacredness of the energy of money and its divine purpose. Then literally a shift takes place. What has happened actually is that society has duped people into the belief that we shouldn't charge for our gifts as they come naturally. Yet for the likes of, let's say, a doctor who's naturally, made, you can say, or even nurses made, you can say, oh my God, they're made for that job. But actually, it's the same for healers. It's natural. So spiritual coaches, that idea of us not charging for our gifts, it's to keep us from really getting out into the mainstream and waking people up. Anything that comes natural and easy should not be charged for. It's not true. It is not true. You are not meant to work hard for your money. That was not the sacred purpose of the creation of money. Money was created as a sacred exchange. It was created for integrity, authenticity, honoring, and value. So it's time now to clear and transcend this thought pattern and program, because when people like us, loving, heart-centered, spiritually connected, intuitive individuals are abundant, we will not corrupt the world. We will not use that to corrupt our journey. We are going to use that to enhance to enhance, it's going to enhance you. It's going to enhance all that is connected with you. And actually what happens is that it doesn't necessarily come about the money. What I'm seeing when people work with me, it's like the jobs start coming out, their dream jobs, dream homes, increased relationships. It's almost like opening up that door to the prosperity, to the money, to the opportunities, to the ideas, to the well-being. Money is linked to your well-being. If you have no money worries, you will feel more, more energized, more free, more abundant, more generous, more on fire, more capable. So it's like, this is why the fuel of money is so important. And this is why I call it a win-win. Nobody is left behind. We are bringing everyone along. Now, it is really important for light workers to stand tall and truly understand the balance between material and spiritual riches, knowing that worldly wealth is simply a reflection of the deeper spiritual abundance that we can access. I'm going to say that again, that the key here is to understand the balance between material and spiritual riches, knowing that worldly wealth is simply a reflection of the deeper spiritual abundance that we can access. So you don't have to reject wealth to be spiritually enlightened. In fact, once you've found your spiritual riches, you can't avoid material wealth unless you deliberately turn your back on it and refuse the delivery of it. Do you know that in the Bible, prosperity was mentioned 90 times? Annie Rick's Miltels, Annie Rick's Miltels, in her book, which is called Riches and Honor, she actually talks about finding spiritual wealth should always be our primary pursuit. It's only when we've tapped into the riches within our spirit that you can fully embrace the wealth and abundance that the material world has to offer without losing your way. So I'm really so excited about hosting this masterclass on the 9th of November at 7 p.m. Irish, where we're going to go into this deeper I think we're going to really be working on a physical level, on a body level, on an emotional level, on a mindset level, on an energetic level. And I am going to take you on a journey so that you can uncover the missing link between money and your soul mission. So I would love you to join me so that together we can ascend into our rightful place on this planet, creating the new earth template for one and all. And also ask yourself the question, why is it that actually women were not allowed to open up their own bank account without the approval of a male figure back in the early 1900s? How come in Ireland actually up until 1973, women, when they got married, had to give up their jobs? Because when a woman has wealth and abundance in her hands, she is going to do good. And so we are in a pivotal time now where actually everything is bubbling. And I'm just going to pull a card from the White Light Oracle deck live here, just for us to connect and see what does the divine want us to know around this message that I've been called to deliver and I've been called to take further. So listen to this. Oh my God. So this is the card here, and I absolutely love it. Look. Sacrament of Extreme Unction, UNCTION, number 34. So 3 is associated with yellow, which is empowerment, which is the color of the sun, which is shining. Yes, also yellow, the shadow side is about fear. So where are you fearing you having a flow of money? Is there any fear within you that if I said to you, you can actually have unlimited abundance, have so much money that you actually can do whatever it is you want, you can support whatever charities, whatever visions you want, you can do whatever you like with that money. Is there any fear in you that is really afraid of having that flow of money? And it's also actually can be linked to who can you no longer be if you are someone that has that income. And then number 4 is associated with green, which is money. Green is associated with money. Green, go and look out in nature. Green is the most common color in nature. It is abundance. It's balance. It's actually about balance, and it's heart-centered. And so then you have 3 plus 4 is 8, and that is 3 plus 4 is 7, and that is spirituality. It's that spiritual connection. It's the soul of you. So number 34. In fact, I had it open here. So your heart knows how to let go so you can find peace. It is time for you to experience spiritual closure. A beautiful new reality is opening up for you. Entering it requires you to release your attachment to the past. You have been inwardly preparing for a powerful rebirth. Now is the time to trust in what's meant for you and move onward use and move toward it with an open, trusting heart and peaceful mind. In an ideal world, we would finish our inner work, be completely healed, check it off the list, and move on with any issues from the past intruding into our present life. And this is actually very much part of the work that I'm going to be doing on Thursday, because we need to heal and remove and release and understand the past conditioning, the old programming that is not of the 5D world, the heaven and earth reality that we have been promised. And this is so possible, no matter what you see out there in the world, this is so possible, but you are the co-creator of it. And so therefore, this is why it's so important for you to raise your vibe, claim your divine right to thrive, own it, and go and step into the next level of your soul's mission. In a more realistic view, we do our best to muddle through, gaining enough understanding and healing to attain some degree of closure and move on as best we can, flicking off remnants of the past which can arise even whilst we are doing our best to let go. In an even more challenging turn of our own growth spiral, we may know something has run its course and no longer belongs in our world, and yet have trouble exorcising the past and its pains, confusions, and attachments, so it bleeds through into the present even though we know it doesn't belong there. To avoid the taint of the past causing unnecessary issues in the present, the oracle of the sacrament of extreme unction brings powerful spiritual last rites so you can be cleansed and liberated into the fullness of your next phase. Now, this is so interesting because I got guided last week to bring something into the masterclass that will be available to you if you join live. That's very much around these rites, right? These last rites, absolutely incredible. Brings powerful spiritual last rites so that you can be cleansed and liberated in the fullness of your next phase. In the Catholic tradition, extreme unction is performed at the time of physical passing to cleanse the soul and allow it to gracefully leave the body and enter the afterlife. In the context of this oracle, the symbolic equivalent of the sacrament is the powerful intervention of spirit to free you from the grip of what has been. It is liberation from habit and the compelling lure of the familiar. It is divine forgiveness and healing. Extreme unction translates into last anointing, while spiritual grace will be with you always, and blessing is always available to the recipient's heart. This oracle wishes to bring to you your attention the ending of a particular stubborn pattern. So what is your stubborn pattern around money, your work, your worth, and the world, and who has and who hasn't money? Who is it serving? As the expression goes, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. This oracle encourages you to embrace your future and let go of the emotional and psychological burdens you've been carrying for yourself and likely for many others, ancestors and more, for far too long. Sometimes we martyr ourselves to the pain of the past, or even attempt to carry the suffering of others, holding it within our hearts, as if that can alleviate the burden of another or create healing. All that happens in such instances is that suffering increases. Let yourself off the hook of guilt, shame, and blame. Give yourself permission to acknowledge that all people, including you, have done their best. The universe is offering you a powerful spiritual gift. Your heart knows how to receive it. Let go. There is no turning back. It is time to start anew. It is your time to be happy and free. And I'm going to say happy, free, and wealthy. So I want you to cross your hands over your knees there and ground and anchor that energy in. And start playing with this idea. Putting your hand on your heart and giving yourself permission to be that person that has the abundance, that has the flow, that has the divine connection, and that really has understood the sacredness of and the divine purpose of money and you. I would love to hear your takeaways on this. What are your takeaways from it? But also, I would love a conversation around this, because actually people are uncomfortable about talking about money. Let's open up the conversation about money. And I would love you to really join me on this masterclass, because I feel there's something really key that's going to come in on this masterclass for you that will shift you. And when I always say, when the woman in the house is in a good place, everyone is. When you really understand this and give to yourself like you've never given before, because then you can receive, everybody will benefit. I can guarantee you that, because I have seen that. I have had partners message me saying, oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because they saw that their partners have literally transformed their lives, their self belief, their confidence, their energy, their experiences, and it has a ripple effect right through all of the family members. So I would love you to share this with someone that you love so they start opening up to this consciousness and seeing the sacredness that has been hidden around money. And that's what we're bringing back. Sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.